it's your girl Fatima Barnes and welcome to my channel. This channel is not just about me. This channel is about us coming together to build a network and learn from one another's experiences. In this channel, we're going to touch on things like budgeting, how to make this fit into your everyday life. Where does travel fit for you? We'll also talk about things like cultural dynamics. It's very important to know where you're going and how that country operates when you get there out of respect. We're also going to talk about things like peak seasons and off seasons. When should you book? When should you not book? When's the best time to go? How to save money doing that. Whether you are new to traveling or you're already a pro, there will be something for you. Today, we are going to touch on my favorite method and my favorite travel hack, and that is using travel credit cards. That's right. Using a travel credit card could help you save thousands of dollars on traveling. Now, I will preface this and say that I am not affiliated with any credit card in any kind of way. I am just speaking from personal experience and some of the places that I've gone by using this method. Now, I know the thought of a credit card could kind of be intimidating and it would scare anyone, but I am going to show you how I can make it work for you and how I've made it work for me. So what you want to do first is you want to find the perfect travel credit card. My absolute personal favorite is the Chase Sapphire Preferred and the Chase Sapphire Reserve cards. Those are the perfect travel credit cards, especially to get started. So for one, once you find that perfect travel credit card, the key is to earn the introductory point offers. Obviously, typically the credit card companies want you to forget about that offer. Most people think I'm not going to spend that much in there and they never even really try. I know I used to just be like, I don't really, I don't see the point in that. But once I learned and caught on, I learned. And that's actually how the credit card companies would prefer it to be. They would prefer that you don't think about it or know about it or understand how valuable that information is to you. So, you know, it's really critical in getting started into the travel hacking world. So once you get that perfect credit card, you're going to earn those introductory points. So the best ways to earn those introductory points, you want to make sure you earn those introductory points. Those are key for getting started. So what you would do is usually they give you a amount of money you have to spend within a certain amount of time to start using and earning those points. So usually they'll give you a 60,000 point offer or a 100,000 point offer. In my case, the very first time that I actually travel hacked was going to Hawaii, and the offer was 50,000 points just to get started. And we had to spend, I believe, $3,000 in the first 3 months to get the points. So what we did was we used that credit card for all of our expenses that we had. Now, you don't want to use the credit card and ball out and just shop and buy things that you would not normally buy. You want to use the credit card to make purchases on things that you would already be using cash to purchase. That is the key to earning those points and not overspending. So we put all our expenses on that credit card to ensure that we spent the $3,000 to $4,000 in 3 months to get the points. What we do is you then pay that credit card off at the end of the month in full. So essentially, instead of using cash or debit card, we're trading that in and using the credit card instead, and then taking that money and paying it in full at the end of the month. So that's how you beat the overspending piece. We then earned our 50,000 bonus points, in which now I believe the offer for Chase Sapphire Reserve or Preferred is 60,000 bonus points. So that is, if we take a look back and we backtrack, you one, have picked out the perfect credit card. Two, you know that you need to earn the introductory offer. And the best way to do that is to use the card for expenses that you would already be using it for and pay it in full. Now, I know a lot of people have concerns about interest rates on the credit card. It's true, the interest is going to be high on the credit card. But the way to beat the system and to beat the credit card companies at their own game is to make sure that you are paying that card off in full at the end of the month. You're never carrying a balance. That's how you make it work, and you never have to pay a penny in interest rates. So the third and final step is you can redeem those points that you earn. It's critical to earn those introductory points so you can get started right away, and you don't want to not take advantage of that lump sum offer, because after that, it's really hard to earn a massive amount of points like that on a credit card. So you would redeem them with travel partners. Each travel credit card has a travel partner or a list of travel partners that they are affiliated with. In our case, when we first used it at the time, it was with Korean Air. We know that going to Memphis to Hawaii would normally run us about $800 to $1,000 per person to fly. So if you have to use it for 2 people, it's usually going to be a domestic flight. However, the credit card companies don't see that it's a difference between me flying from Memphis to Atlanta as it is for me flying from Memphis to Hawaii. So obviously you want to use it where you get the most benefit, which is why I always recommend people go to Hawaii first for 2 if you want to take advantage of the pre-offer. And here's why. To fly from Memphis to Hawaii would be only 25,000 points to get here. That is huge, because if it's 25,000 points from here to Atlanta and it's 25,000 points from here to Hawaii, I'm definitely gonna choose here to Hawaii. So we redeemed it with Korean Air. Korean Air does not fly from Memphis. However, their travel partner is Delta Airlines. So then what they do is Korean Air says, we will put you on Delta flights with our partner. So they booked us on Delta flights from Memphis to Hawaii with our travel partner. So once we've redeemed those points, they will give you different steps, and airlines have different ways that they want you to redeem them. The point is, you choose an airline that they are partnered with, that you want to fly with. You create an account with them. You want to create a rewards account with that particular airline. That is how you transfer the points over from a credit card and turn them into miles. Then once they turn into miles, there's a certain amount of miles that it requires to go somewhere. And so if I'm going to use the case that we first used it, Hawaii as an example, I transferred our points over from Chase and I created a Korean Air Sky Pass, a Sky Miles account, or Sky Pass, I believe it is. From there, it transferred it from Chase Ultimate Rewards points over to miles, and that's how we booked it. The only thing that we had to pay was the taxes on the flight. I believe that taxes only ran us about $20 a person. It was $22 a person. So we only paid $22 a person round trip from Memphis to Hawaii using points. But we did not stop there. So we went over the best ways to do it and the best ways to get started in a way to take advantage of the introductory offer, which the introductory offer typically will cover flights, and that's what we used it for. We continue to use the card every month by putting our everyday expenses on the card instead of using cash and paying it in full at the due date. Now, by doing that, within 6 to 8 months, we earned enough points to completely cover our hotel. Completely. And we stayed at the beautiful Westin Ka'anapali, and I'll show that to you right here. That was the most beautiful resort I've ever stayed at, and we did not pay anything but resort costs. And I believe that was like $80 for us for 8 days. We paid just the resort fees, and that was it. And we had such an awesome time. All that we had to bring with us essentially was spending money, and that was just to eat and enjoy things, do excursions, and have a great time. A trip for 2 to Hawaii from Memphis should have cost us about $10,000, and we literally only used spending money, and we used about $5,000 in spending money. But that's just because I like to eat. My husband likes to eat. We like to eat good food too. So when we travel, we kind of spend a little bit more. Hawaii is normally expensive, but you know, we probably could have spent a lot less than what we did. It's just the way we do things, and you can budget accordingly on your own. However, for it to have knocked our trip down about 50 to 60% in cost, you really can't beat that. Now, I will preface and say that there are some things to be mindful of when using rewards points. So you have to be pretty flexible. And so my husband and I know that we do a anniversary trip every year for our wedding anniversary, and we usually use that with our rewards points to travel. So when we went to Hawaii, because we kind of waited too late, we ended up celebrating in November in Hawaii instead of around our time of our anniversary, which is in September. So we were flexible, but hey, it was a free trip. You really can't beat that. So flexibility is key because airlines and their travel partners limit the amount of seats on each plane for a reward seats. Obviously, they want to make it as hard as possible for people to use them, and when they do, they want you to have to really work for them. So that's why you have to be a little bit flexible, and you want to plan out in advance. Also, you want to be mindful of the fact that you're going to pay taxes on those flights. Don't get me wrong, those taxes still is nothing in comparison to what you would have to pay for a flight of that cost. So some of the places that I've been using these rewards points over the last few years, I have been to Paris, I have been to London, I have been to Barcelona, and now I am actually planning here next month to go to Bali, Indonesia, and I'm staying at the beautiful Sheraton Resort there. And also I will be in Phuket, Thailand, all using my points. I have also used my points all year just about, and I have not spent a penny at least on a flight or hotel. So it's either going to be one or the other or both, all because I use my points. Another trick to earning more points is use your friends, use your family, use people around you. If you know someone has to make a big purchase or a big ticket item, use them. Say, hey, hand me the cash and I'll put it on my credit card. I did it all the time. I can't tell you how many times I would be like, hey, give me that cash. I'm going to put it on my credit card because I need the points. So keep taking advantage of those points. They are critical and it will work for you. I have been to several places this year and I have stayed in some wonderful, nice hotels or resorts all by using points. Just recently here, I was in Puerto Rico and I used points for the hotel and paid for the flight. It still knocks your travel costs down by at least 60% when you're traveling if you can only have to do one or the other. So I just can't stress it enough how important it is, and I understand that the credit card companies don't want you to have to catch on. They obviously would prefer you to have to pay interest rates, and they would prefer you to carry a balance because that's how they make their money. But you can make the card work for you. In another video, I'll do a comparison of some of the best and worst travel credit cards so that you can make sure that you're picking the right credit card and how to determine which credit card is best for you. I think I'm going to do another video on that because that can be a little bit detailed. I'm going to do a separate video on that next. However, stay tuned. I also can't wait to bring you guys along with me on my travel vlog, my very first travel vlog when I go to Bali, Indonesia and Phuket, Thailand next month. So I am bringing you guys along on that. And I am just excited about this channel and the community that we're gonna build. So if you can do me a favor and help your girl out, hit that subscribe button below. And also you want to tap the bell so that way you will be notified when I post another video. Please keep up with me. Please comment below if you have some questions or if there's things that you want me to touch on in another video. Please comment so I will know and be sure to touch on it. Once again, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope that you were able to learn a lot, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next video.